If you clicked on this video, you're clearly a young man who's got big ambitions and you've got big things that you want to do in life. Maybe you've started self-improvement, maybe you've been doing self-improvement for a while, and you are aware that you want to get into the top 1% of people. You don't want to be like all your friends around you. You don't want to be like your parents. You want to do something a little bit different in your life, and you want to actually lead the best life you possibly can. You don't want to have an average 5 out of 10 life. And in order to get into the top 1% of people, you really don't have to do much, because most guys aren't going to the gym. Most guys still watch porn. Most guys are still addicted to watching Netflix, to playing video games. And most guys don't even go outside. They go for days where they're just sat indoors playing on the video games. They don't see the sun and they don't eat healthy. They eat junk food, donuts, crisps. And in order to just get into the 1% of people, realistically, all you have to do is just not do those things and to go to the gym, right? The bar is set super low for people who want to get into the 1% of people. So you're probably, just from watching this video and kind of being in this space, already in the 1% of people. Like, if you're just on self-improvement, doing the basic stuff, you've stopped watching porn and you're going to the gym and you're not eating shit, you're literally in the 1% of people. But this video is really to help you get beyond that, like to the 1% of the 1%. This is where it starts to get super competitive, and this is where you need to start doing things that are a little bit different from even the guys who you know who are on self-improvement, who are just kind of like half on self-improvement, right? Like the guys who have a YouTube channel, maybe they're posting content, or maybe they've got like a drop shipping business or something, right? But they talk about business a lot, but they're still like just with you at the pub and they're not really making much money. They're still on your level. What can you do that's going to really separate you from them? First thing you need to think about is you need to start doing things that most people, even who are on self-improvement, won't do. And one of the biggest things that I've found that most people just won't do is delete social media, right? If you still have social media and you're still scrolling through TikTok, doom scrolling through Instagram, right? You can meet guys, like friends who are on self-improvement, who are doing well and like have stuff going for them, and you can tell that they're like the one friend that's like a little bit different. Maybe they're on the same level as you, but they probably still have social media, right? And if you want to separate yourself from those people, you need to delete social media. I've done a bunch of videos on this before. You can go check my channel out on how to delete social media, how to stay off social media. But why do you need to delete social media? Why is this important, right? Well, the one thing is it's a huge distraction, okay? When I first set up this YouTube channel, I was making my first like 10, 20 videos. This was over a year ago now. I still had social media. So I was trying to post content and come up with ideas for videos and things like that. And I would find myself video scripting like on my notepad here, right? I'd have my notepad out, I'd be like video scripting, video ideas, and I'd be writing them down. And then midway through writing a video idea down, I'd sort of just stop and like pull out my phone and just start scrolling through Instagram randomly. It was like an instinct for me to just pull out Instagram and start scrolling through there, okay? And you could be coping and say that it's work for you and that you're using Instagram to build your business and stuff like that. But the reality of it is, and you know this too, it's a huge distraction. If you're spending 1 or 2 hours on Instagram a day, even though you might think it's only 1 or 2 hours on Instagram or TikTok, it's like the brain power that's drained from you actually looking at that content, like scrolling through, is actually so huge. It's going to basically make you exhausted for the rest of the day. Do you ever have this where you scroll through social media and you actually feel physically exhausted after scrolling through social media? It's because your brain is actually having to use a lot of processing power to process each individual video that you see. Andrew Huberman talks about this. It's called context shifting. Each video you see on TikTok, your brain has to like process each of the characters, the setting, like what's going on, what is this video about? And each time you just scroll through like 10, 20 videos, your brain's having to recalibrate every single scenario. And it actually takes up a bunch of brain power to scroll through social media. So that's the first thing that you need to do. That's probably what most people aren't doing. This is going to help you just get beyond even the 1% of the people that you're in on self-improvement, okay? The second thing is diet. Most people will be on self-improvement. They'll start eating cleaner, right? They'll stop eating junk food. They'll stop eating all the sweets and the chocolate, right? They'll stop eating McDonald's, but they'll still be eating a bunch of carbs, right? And then they struggle to like have any energy throughout the day because obviously after eating carbs, you have a huge insulin spike and then you just crash, right? So they'll wake up and then for breakfast, they'll have like bread, they'll have like rice maybe or something, right? And they're eating carbs for breakfast, like fruit and everything, okay? And then they have a huge crash in the afternoon and they barely get any work done, okay? So you need to separate yourself from these people by trying a kind of radical diet, one that I have been on for about 4 weeks now, and it's made me super productive. You can even see like in the channel history, if you like go back after this video or something, you'll see I was posting kind of like every day for a bit, and then like not on the weekends, then like maybe like 3 days, and then, you know, there was like, it was kind of sporadic the way I was posting videos, but now I'm like consistently posting every single day on the dot at 5 o'clock, which is such a nice feeling, because that's been a huge goal for me to be able to post daily on this channel, and I've really struggled to do that. And one of the biggest things that's helped me to do that is just eating a bunch of meat and fat, essentially, right? Just cutting out all the carbs from my diet. Because when I notice when I eat carbs, I really do have this huge crash where I can't concentrate and I can't work afterwards. And like, I've been making some videos recently at like 8, 9 o'clock at night, and like being switched on, thinking, talking fast, right? And making the video and like working late at night. This is something I could never do before, because if I'd eaten carbs throughout the whole day, at like 7 o'clock at night, I'd just be ready for bed. Like my brain would be so exhausted from having to like process eating carbs. So that's the next thing you can do. Go on to like the keto diet, the carnivore diet. I've done videos on that as well. You can go watch them. But this is a great way to separate yourself from most people who say they're on self-improvement, who say they're in business and doing stuff, because they're probably not like radically changing their diet, right? What you eat is so crucial to like your success, your brain function, your ability to work, your ability to just like get up and do stuff and not be laying around doing fuck all, right? I noticed like being on keto has been hugely helpful in me being able to basically post more videos than most people who have got like small self-improvement YouTube channels like me. I've been able to post like more consistently than them, and that's just from being on keto. The next thing that you need to do that most people won't do is work on weekends. Now, this might only apply to you if you are in school or if you have a 9 to 5. Like I work a full-time 9 to 5 job Monday to Friday, and I don't want to work that job anymore, right? Why do you think I'm posting on YouTube? Why do you think I'm trying to build this business up, right? I don't want to work. I clearly don't want to work there, right? It's not a terrible job, but it's also like not great. And I literally have to work on weekends if I want to get ahead in the week and like not have to go to work, then go to the gym, then record videos. I kind of have to, like, this is Sunday today, so I'm recording videos today, and I recorded videos yesterday on Saturday as well. And it's like, you have to be able to sacrifice your weekends, okay? This is something a lot of people won't do, okay? And if you really want to get into like the 1% of the 1% of people, you need to be working even when it's kind of your chill time, right? You've been going to school throughout the whole week, Monday to Friday, and you kind of just want to chill on Saturday and Sunday. No, you need to work on Saturday and Sunday. If you can get 2 extra days of work where it's uninterrupted and you can just record videos, or you can just work on your business like dropshipping or whatever, you can like build your website, build the Facebook ads on a Saturday or something, that is going to set you so far ahead. Think of how much work you can do on a Saturday and a Sunday compared to midweek when you've been to school and already like throughout the whole day, or been to work for the whole day. So this is another thing you can do that's just going to separate you from most people who are doing like a similar kind of thing that you're doing. And here's the last biggest like tip that I'll give you in terms of separating yourself from people, getting into that 1% of people, which I find that most people don't talk about. And this is committing to the business and extending the time frame, right? Extending the time frame. This is something that Iman Gaji's talked about a lot on his channel, and it's something I've like known for a long time but never fully like understood. There's a lot of businesses, and when I was first starting out in business with like drop shipping and print on demand and Amazon FBA and all this stuff, where you promise, like, it promises you to like make sales in 6 months. It promises you to be like rich in like 3 months in, okay? These like scammy, shitty businesses. And you need to commit to a business where you're going to extend the time frame, okay? So rather than giving yourself like 6 months to like quit your job and be rich, why don't you just have it be like 2-3 years? And that's what I've done with this YouTube channel. I've committed to this YouTube channel knowing that it's going to take 2 or 3 years to get to the level that I want it to get to. But if you can commit to a business and commit to something for a long time, you are going to find out that you can be more consistent, and you're actually going to not give up midway, right? If you think that you get to the 6 months mark after creating a YouTube channel and you're not like rich yet or anything, and then you just give up, then of course that's not going to get you to the 1% of people, right? The 1% of people have been doing whatever they're doing for 5, 10, 20 years. That's why they're in the 1%, is because they've been doing it for so long, right? Every business that you choose, whether it's dropshipping or YouTube, whatever, will work. Like all these businesses work, they do work. But it's not a case of that they work super quickly. Like all of them work, that you just have to work on them for a long time in order to be super successful in them. It's the exact same with the gym, okay? You can go to the gym for 6 months and see some progress. But if you're not at the peak like physique that you want to get to, like you're not hitting your goal of like huge amounts of muscle and super lean in 6 months, and you just gave up because you're like, oh, I tried and I couldn't do it. I did it for 6 months, it didn't work. It's like, yeah, of course, it takes like 5 years to build up an incredible physique at the gym, or like 10 years in some cases, right? You have to commit to it for a long time and go every day pretty much to the gym for like 10 years to get a physique, okay? It's the exact same in business. So why is it that you're like flittering between businesses that don't work because they're not like making you money after 6 months and stuff, and they're not quick enough for you? Do you know what I mean? If you want to get into the 1% of people, you just need to stick at something and do it for a long time, and you'll get there, right? You will get there. So this is the like final bit of advice. A lot of people don't really take this in. They're kind of just like, oh yeah, whatever, commit to it, right? Consistency. It's just like really typical advice. But I'm telling you, like I've been running this YouTube channel now for like 18 months. And I'm at like 1,200 subscribers, okay? And I've not, to be fair, I've not like done it perfectly. I've not been posting like super consistently until recently. But after posting consistently every day for like the past like 2 weeks recently, my channel's all of a sudden started doing well again. It's like, if you can just commit, be consistent and do something for a long time, it's going to be successful. Like this channel in like 3 years will be successful. It's like not even a question. It just will. It's not like a matter of a luck at that point. It's like if I post 1,000 videos between now and 3 years, this channel will have like 1 million subscribers, like probably. Like that's not even me being like big-headed, it just probably will, right? So that is the last bit of advice I'll give you. If you're gonna get any value out of this video, please just keep in mind that I really want you to just understand you need to separate yourself from most people, right? There's a really cool saying that I'll just leave you on, which is, if you don't want to be an average person, you don't want to lead an average life, then you shouldn't do things that average people are doing, right? You shouldn't be eating like shit. You shouldn't be lazing about on the weekends, okay? If you want to do some cool stuff and like you're ambitious and you've got big goals, why would you do the same thing that the people around you are doing who haven't achieved those goals, right? You're surrounded by like poor people. That's not being horrible, like you are, right? Why would you want to do the same thing they're doing? Because that clearly doesn't lead you to your goals. So you need to separate yourself and do radical things that are like different from everyone else, right? Like your diet needs to be completely different from everyone else around you. Your work schedule needs to be completely different from everyone around you. Your mindset needs to be completely different from everyone around you. So I hope you got some value out of this video, bro. Thank you for watching. And yeah, keep improving yourself every day. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.